The first glimpse of Jane Foster holding Mjolnir as the new Mighty Thor has already appeared in the form of the Thor Love and Thunder video. But, you might wonder, how can Jane be the new Thor? The solution may be found in the film's Marvel Comics influences. So let's get into this, right after the intro.
What is this, please?
Welcome to Beat Flicks. Let's get started. Why does Jane Foster become Thor? Since the 1960s, Jane Foster has been a component of the Thor comics. Jane worked with Dr. Donald Blake, mortal Thor's form, in her previous life as a nurse who eventually became a doctor. She's been Thor's long-term love interest, but their connection has been on again, off again over the years, much like the one we see in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Throughout it all, Jane remained Thor's and other Marvel superheroes' most staunch ally. Jane was diagnosed with breast cancer and began treatment in Thor, God of Thunder number 12. Nick Fury whispered what he learned from the Watcher into Thor Odinson's ear during the 2014 event narrative Original Sin. Years would pass in the real world before the truth about what Fury said to him was known, but the impact was instant and profound. Odinson dropped the hammer and was unable to pick it up again, despite his best efforts. Thor was no longer deserving of his title. A dark figure bent down and picked up the hammer as it beckoned to her, a woman, and the only name she would give was Thor, goddess of thunder, as the frost giants started a terrible onslaught on Earth. Thor's face was disguised under a mask, and her identity was kept hidden from everyone, including Odin, but we find later that Jane Foster is the one who has been chosen to wield the hammer. Jane Foster Thor's powers. Jane shared Odinson's superhuman strength, speed, endurance, flying, and lightning abilities as Thor. She didn't know how to employ those powers when she initially picked up the hammer, but her time with Odinson had given her some hints. Mjolnir guided her in flight and fight when she went to Earth to find the frost giants after transforming into Thor. With each passing day, her bond with the hammer became deeper. Mjolnir's direction could be changed mid-throw by the goddess of thunder, a talent that not even Odinson possessed, as he noticed in their first combat together. He realized then that the hammer had chosen a new Thor, a worthy hero, and he trusted the hammer's decision. Enemies of the Mighty Thor. Jane, like Odinson, found herself swiftly engulfed in major fights. Her first swings with the hammer were against Malekith the Dark Elf and the Frost Giants, who were quickly followed by the Absorbing Man, Titania, and Asgard's Destroyer. The metamorphosis, however, expelled the chemotherapy treatment, a poison, from Jane's body every time she picked up the hammer of Thor, leaving her human self tormented with untreated cancer. As her human body began to deteriorate, time would prove to be her greatest foe. Thor would go on to play a part in the Secret Wars, 2015, face off against a power-hungry Odin, join the Avengers, and link up with Doctor Strange until she ran out of time. Strange told her that one more turn into Thor would kill her. Jane achieved her last metamorphosis and died a real hero when an opponent arose that only she could overcome. The combined strength of the All-Father and Odinson, who was once again worthy to wield the power of Thor, restored her. The Marvel Cinematic Universe's Goddess of Thunder. We still don't have a lot of information to guess on what this comic book background means for Natalie Portman's Thor. For the time being, it's unclear if Jane will be diagnosed with cancer or if Hemsworth's Thor would be declared unworthy, which seems doubtful considering his story in Avengers Endgame. Regardless of why Portman picks up the hammer in Thor Love and Thunder, she will be deserving. So what do you think about her? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care.